it's gonna cause damage no matter what. So a leaf blower is not the right answer. The do's and don'ts of drying your car. Now, when it comes to washing and drying your car, that's an area where you can actually cause a lot of damage during those processes if you're not doing the right routine and also not using the right product. So in this video, we're gonna talk about the do's and the don'ts of drying your car, and hopefully it brings you a good understanding of the best routine for drying your car to reduce the amount of damage that you get. The first don't when it comes to drying your car is using a standard leaf blower. Now there's a few reasons why. So number one, okay, yes, this will put out a good volume of air, but the tip of it is nice and wide. So even though there's a lot of air coming out, it's not focused. So the purpose of using a blower, including a leaf blower, is not to blow all the water off of your car. And realistically, the only way to blow all the water off your car is if it's ceramic coated, okay? So if you don't have a ceramic coating on your car, there's no way you could do a touchless dry anyways. But what happens is, because it's a high volume of air, you spend more time blowing water out of the nooks and crannies. So it's way less efficient. So by the time I'm done blowing water out of the nooks and crannies, when I get to the other side, water spots have already developed because you're spending so much time trying to get water out of these places, and for the most part, you're not gonna get all the water out. You'll still get that chalk line when it runs down the side of your mirror, the badges, or all those places. Now, another reason why you don't wanna use a leaf blower is it does not have filtered air. So if you look at the bottom of this leaf blower, there's no filter here. So depending on how much you use a leaf blower to do yard work, you're gonna get dust and dirt, but also there's dust and dirt floating in the air. So if you don't have a filter, what you're gonna do is blow dust or dirt all over a wet car, which makes it dirty again. So you're essentially working against yourself. What we wanna do is take steps forward. So using filtered air will allow you to use clean air while you're blowing the water out of the nooks and crannies, and you're not gonna get your car dirty again. So lastly, with a leaf blower, as you can see, it takes up a pretty big footprint, okay? So ergonomically, it's great for blowing leaves because you can hold it down, it gets closer to the ground, but when it comes to doing it on your car, it's not very comfortable. So number one, stress on your body. Number two, it's a lot harder to manage. So maybe you turn, boom, and you hit your car, it's gonna cause damage no matter what. So a leaf blower is not the right answer. Now there's an alternative here at Adams Polishes that is a forced air unit that is more specific to getting the water off of your car, but also out of the nooks and crannies on your car. So when it comes to comparing the air cannon versus a leaf blower, like we talked about already, the focus tip, right? The air cannon has a focus tip, much better for blowing water out of the nooks and crannies, but also it has the hose. So like we were saying with the leaf blower, it takes up a big footprint and it's not very ergonomical when it comes to drying a car. Yes, it is for leaf blowing, but not for drying a car. With this, it comes with a 30-foot expandable hose. So now what you can do is hold onto the hose with one hand, hold onto the tip with the other, and not be so clunky and much more ergonomic when it comes to blowing the water off and out of your car. Now, again, like we mentioned with the leaf blower, no filter, okay? So you're just blowing dirty air onto a wet car. The air cannon, when you take off the back here, you can see has a filter. There's actually two filters in here. So when you use the air cannon, you're blowing clean air onto the car, so you're not making it dirty again, working against yourself when it comes to washing. So that is very important, okay? A couple other features with the air cannon is it's on casters, so you can roll it around, move it around your car. It also has a variable speed, so you don't have to always run it at max. It doesn't always require you needing the full force of air coming out of it. Granted, I will say I probably use it at max almost all the time. So, and it doesn't take up a huge footprint. You can also mount this to your wall. We have a bracket that you can set it onto your wall, so keeps it out of the way. You know, it doesn't take up a lot of space in your garage. So a forced air unit like the air cannon is absolutely ideal when it comes to drying your car or being an aid in drying your car. But also realize this is not the only unit we offer. We have two other forced air units. We have the Air Cannon Junior, which is a single motor. We also have the Air Cannon Mini, which is a handheld unit. And what I would say is this unit right here, the dual motor, is best suited for a large vehicle, truck, SUV. The Air Cannon Junior is a little bit better for a sedan. And then when it comes to the Air Cannon Mini, the handheld one, motorcycles, bikes, but also mainly using that to just blow water out of the nooks and crannies. So no matter what forced air unit we offer, it all has filtered air, it all has a focus tip. It's very much designed for aiding in drying your car. Now the second don't when it comes to drying your car is using a low quality, crappy towel, okay? Something that doesn't absorb the water and pull it off of the surface like this beach towel. Now, when you first get a beach towel, they're very soft, okay? A cotton beach towel. But after you wash it and dry it once, it essentially turns into sandpaper. So if you're the type of person that is washing and then drying your car and you reach for a beach towel, just understand that you are going to scratch your car like crazy. It's gonna put micro swirl marks all over your car and it will be very noticeable. And if you want your car to be perfect, you got to go back and machine polish it. So using a beach towel on your car is absolutely the wrong choice. One, it scratches. I already talked about that. Secondly, it doesn't pick up and hold water like a specific high premium quality microfiber drying towel does, okay? Granted, you might be able to get some water off on the initial wipes, but by the time you make it around the car, this will be too saturated with water and it will cause streaks all over your car. So again, when it comes to detailing, especially here at Adams Polishes, is we want to take steps forward and not backwards. So using a high quality microfiber drying towel is absolutely necessary. Now, the alternative to using a beach towel, I've already mentioned it before, is using a high quality microfiber drying towel, okay? Like this one we offer here at Adams Polishes called the Ultra Plush, okay? You can really see the difference in fibers here. And the really cool thing about the Ultra Plush drying towel is it's two-sided. So one side has fibers, the other side has a finishing side. So this towel is intended to pull all the water off of your car, drying it perfectly at the end. Now, if your car has a lot of water on it, you're gonna wanna use the fiber side to really pick up a lot of water. But on the glass and to create a streak-free finish, you use the finishing side like it is on here on the Ultra Plush drying towel. So you can really see the difference. And also, I mean, when it comes to size, this is about as big as a drying towel, as a beach towel, but it's constructed of material that is more high quality and doesn't cause damage when you dry your car. So high quality microfiber towel versus a beach towel, you wanna make sure you're washing your car with the best so you don't cause damage while you're drying. Another don't when it comes to drying your car is drying it without using a drying aid. Even if you grab a high quality microfiber towel, you don't want to dry it with just the water on there, okay? The water doesn't have any lubricating properties. So when you use the towel, it creates a lot of drag, which can potentially scratch your car. It doesn't matter what towel you use. Also, not everybody has a deionizer where they're filtering their water. So using a towel with just water does not help the development of getting water spots. A drying aid will slow down the process of getting water spots, which makes it a lot better because you're not going to get that damage in your car. So the alternative to not drying your car with only water on it is using a drying aid like Adams Polishes Detail Spray. Detail Spray is a very versatile product, but I would say the main thing that we use it for here at Adams Polishes is as a drying aid. So you take this, you go around the car, mist it onto the wet car. It now slows down the process of water spots forming and it reduces drag from your towel. So you're not gonna acquire as much damage. You have way less chance of getting damage on your car while you dry it. And another added benefit to Detail Spray is it's a gloss enhancer. So not only is it gonna reduce the drag because it's more lubricated, it's also gonna slow down the process of water spots, but the appearance of your car, the glossiness of it is gonna look much better, okay? It's a streak-free finish, including on glass. So when you use Detail Spray and you dry your car with a combination of a high-quality microfiber towel as well as the Air Cannon blower, your car is gonna be perfectly dry and ready for you to drive away, and you're not gonna get those chalk lines coming out of your mirror, which I know everybody hates. Now that I've told you the do's and don'ts of drying your car, Adam is going to explain to you the process of how you actually dry your car, okay? We went over some of the products and a couple other things like the shade as far as the proper way to dry your car and the proper things to use to dry your car. But what I want Adam to do is actually walk you through the steps of getting a perfect finish after you're done washing your car.
I'm going to use the fuzzy side of the Ultra Plush. There's a couple of quick steps and a couple of pieces of equipment that make it very easy. Pro drying tip number 1, go around the vehicle after it's been washed and rinsed and hit it with a fine mist of our detail spray. This way, it's less likely to water spot, and by the time you're done drying, it'll look shiny as heck. Pro drying tip number 2, the air cannon. The air cannon blows so much water off your car, it will blow your mind. It's nothing like a leaf blower. The leaf blower makes your water kind of move slightly around on the finish. This eliminates 80+% of all the water on your vehicle, in the cracks, in the mirrors, in your lug sockets, all over. All right, now that I've blown a ton of water off this sucker, I'm gonna go ahead and use the fuzzy side of the Ultra Plush drying towel. When I'm picking up lots of water, that's the easiest way to do it. Then, when I wanna make something perfect, I go ahead and flip the towel over to the finer side, and that is how I get zero streak glass and all that jazz. As I go around and quickly dry this sucker, I'm looking for drops that are coming out of any of the door handles. I'm finding none because I blew the water out with the air cannon. It's perfectly puddle free. I always keep detail spray while I'm drying the car, 100% of the time. And I don't use any detail spray that's fancy. I just use the good old pink detail spray. It's all you need, and it works exceptionally well. Start with the glass, you'll have the most perfect glass, then do the rest of the body. And then, now your towel's a little bit damp, now consider the door jambs. Now, if your door jambs are soaking wet, and you think, you know what, my towel's a little bit too damp, crank your air cannon back on and blow them out. And a shot of detail spray, and perfection, here I come. Just in case, another pro detail tip, boom, hit detail spray on the inside of your glass with your Ultra Plush towel. If it's not soaking wet, you can get perfect glass just like that. Now I've got myself a really clean vehicle. If I am working on a car and it's really cold out, I'm gonna go through 2 of these towels on a vehicle this size. Okay? If I'm on a warm day, this towel is gonna feel practically dry by the time I'm done, and I can continue to use this on the inside of the glass. Well, I've got my detail spray and I've got my towel. I can go around and do my nav screen. You can get a lot done with this combo, the detail spray and the Ultra Plush drying towel.